I love this quote, ladies and gentlemen. This quote is something I set my life by. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Listen to that again. I'm going to explain it. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Now, the reason I love this quote is because I don't think I'm talented. I don't think I've got not a lot going for me, because I think I've got a lot going for me in different aspects. But in terms of talent, what am I actually good at? I failed at school. I wasn't very good at school. I was absolutely shocking at school. I got two C's. One was in maths and the other was in PE. PE. I got an A star in my practical and an F in my theory, and I ended up getting a C. And I was over the moon with that. So I wasn't very good at school. I wasn't. I don't know. I just don't think I've got the natural ability in many things that society defines as successful. But what I have got grit, determination, and I'm like a dog with a bone. I will not stop. I will keep going. And my working hard now, because people all laugh at me and say, you don't work hard, you just go for walks and read and listen. Yeah, mate, that's working hard for me. I never, ever stop educating myself. So to get the self-storage, I educated myself as much as I possibly could do about this sector, about this industry, about marketing, about SEO, about pay-per-clicks, about sales techniques. I wanted to make sure that we was as good as possible, as competitive as possible. I might not have much experience and knowledge in terms of school, but what could I learn? How could I show up as a company? And now what I'm doing now is I'm literally listening, learning, educating myself every single day. I must spend 4-5 hours as soon as I get a spare minute, even go for a poo-poo. Yes, a poo-poo. I put a podcast in because I want to be listening and learning. I want to be working hard. And so working hard, it doesn't mean picking up a spade and digging a hole in the ground. It can mean different for other people. Working hard for me is educating myself. So what is your working hard, and how can you show up more better? Yes, that's right terminology. Of course it is. How can you work harder than your competition? Because I'm damn sure I don't know anybody in the UK who spends as much on education in the self-storage sector than me. I will outwork every single one of them. And I don't think I'm most talented, without a shadow of a doubt, but I will, in terms of personal development and learning and listening and trying to educate myself and trying to educate the team, I 100% think that I will work harder than everybody else. And I want to get across that working hard is different for different people. Some people, it might be spending hours in the office. Some people, it might be like me, listening and learning and going for walks. Other people, it might be picking up that spade. Whatever it may be, I can absolutely promise you that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. 100%. I have beat so many more talented people in my life and got to a better position than them because I work hard. I work harder than them. And everybody always has an inflated opinion of how hard you work. But I remember when I was starting up another business called The Betting Guy, I wouldn't speak to my wife. She was my girlfriend then. God knows why she married me. I would get up at 5 a.m. every single morning. 5 a.m. every single morning. And by the way, I don't want to be there hustle because I don't think it's healthy at all. But sometimes in life, we go in seasons. Sometimes we have to be at that season where we're sprinting, we're going hard, everything else comes second. Other times we can take a step back. And so that for me was one of those seasons when I had to work hard. I had to make sure that I was producing more content around gambling and betting than anybody else in the UK. And I did it. I produce more content in the world than anybody else about self-storage. Anybody else. And that is working harder than anybody else. So, but again, going back to my original point, there's seasons in life. You don't have to sprint all the time. But at that point in my life, I had bills to pay. The self-storage company wasn't making much money. I had to make sure that I made money from that software, that gambling software. And I did that by literally getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning and going to bed at 12, 11, and literally repeat. Didn't watch Netflix or anything in that time in my life. And so I want to really, really get across that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So the one thing that you have over anybody else is the ability to work harder than anybody else, outwork the person. But again, I don't think I'm in a season at the minute of working really, really hard because during the 6 weeks holidays, I try to take as much time off as possible. But I believe that I've earned that. I've earned that right. Yesterday, we went to Ripon Races on Sunday. Went to Ripon Races. No, Monday. It was yesterday. I went to Ripon Races, and on the way there, the kids were in the back playing. And instead of like talking to their life, I put my earphones in. Why? Because I wanted to listen, learn, and educate myself. It was my way for hour and a half journey there and back. I could spend 3 hours, hour and a half there, hour and a half back, 3 hours educating myself and working. Or still on a day off, bank holiday, 3 hours on education and learning. And that wasn't the only education I did. And then I did a newsletter when I got home at nighttime. So people all think, oh, Dean don't work, Dean don't work. It's perspective, and people work hard differently. Anyway, so yeah, I really want to get across that because this quote has been so beneficial to me in my life, because I don't think I'm naturally talented at many things. And the one thing that I don't think people can outwork me on is my determination and hard work. I don't know many people who are willing to sacrifice. And I think it comes from my dad. My dad literally outworks anybody. And he used to work non-stop. And so, yeah, anyway, it's not, I realized like thinking, oh shit, this is like a champion me episode, but it's not meant to be for that. It's meant to prove to you that if me, the schmuck you see in front of you, can do okay, then you're capable of anything. You really are. And literally any skill that you want, anything that you want to learn is just 60 hours away from you. If you want to learn Facebook ads, you could do that in 60 hours. 60 hours, you know more than most experts out there, and you could start earning a massive living from it. YouTube ads, whatever it may be, whatever talent you want, just Google it, YouTube it, listen, learn, buy a course, boom, you're there. All right, my friends. So please take that on board. It's not me trying to say, oh, look at me, because it's not like that at all. I just think that the one biggest asset that everybody's got is the ability to work hard. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.